Hi everyone, back here again for another video. I linked up a video in the cards, and in that video I showed the first time I used the Shiftscreen app. It's the app that should let you use the full screen of a monitor when you connect your iPad to it. I tried to use it really, I did. I tried to do some work on it and I tried hard, but it's just very buggy. It was working okay the first time I used it, but as I use it more, it is just becoming harder for my workflow. I thought of refunding it, but since it's not that expensive, I'll keep it. And I'll just hope for a better version that will hopefully come soon. So, let me explain a bit the frustrations I had with the app. My main frustrations are those that disrupt my workflow. One is that I cannot do drag and drop pictures from one Shiftscreen window to another. The first time I tried this from my first video, I kind of made it work, but this time whatever I do, it just doesn't work. I need this functionality in prepping for my YouTube videos. I search for photos for inspiration and I will put it in my notes, but I cannot do it here. I can, however, do it from a Safari window, for example, that here it's on split screen, and I drag it into OneNote that's opened in Shiftscreen. So, I don't know. It works somehow, but not totally. Next one is another big frustration for me and still related to my workflow when prepping my YouTube videos. I did not try this at first, but it seems that I cannot copy the URL from the other window in Shiftscreen and paste it on the other window still opened in Shiftscreen. This is the biggest limitation for me when prepping my videos, as I refer to links a lot of times. And as you see here, even when I try to do a copy, and you will see that the bar from the screen shows copy, and then I paste it in OneNote inside Shiftscreen, it still pastes what I copied previously that was inside OneNote. So yeah, very frustrating. Last one I just want to mention is about adjusting the windows, and when using the trackpad, and this happens when using a mouse too. When I adjust the window sizes, it works sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't work, or I have to do it several times for it to respond to adjusting the window sizes. But what I notice is that when I adjust the window size using the iPad screen and drag it with my finger, it works fine. Sometimes I also notice that it freezes when I adjust the screen size using the trackpad, and it will stop working, and the only way around it is to force close the app and open it again. Even with all these frustrations, I'm still looking forward to the updates that Shiftscreen will do, and hopefully in the future it will be usable for my workflow. Anyway, life must go on, and this won't stop me from using my iPad with the monitor. And I can leave with the black bezels on the sides. It is because how I use the iPad with the external monitor is just exactly the same as using the iPad screen only. Functions are very familiar, and it runs just as smooth as it is when using the iPad standalone. And so, my workflow is uninterrupted. Thanks to the comments I received, this brought me to reality. When closing the iPad cover, the screen is not off, but at least there's a workaround. Not a good one, but you can dim it to the lowest brightness. So let's get into each of the steps how I use my iPad with an external monitor. Connect first the Bluetooth keyboard and your mouse. If you don't have the mouse, it will not be possible to click or navigate around. There is the option to turn on full keyboard access from the accessibility settings, but for me, it's not workable and it's not intuitive, so better have a mouse. Once I have both the keyboard and mouse connected, then I can close my iPad cover. Then I can start using it with the monitor. And you can check out my other video if you want to know more about the monitor and adapter I use. To turn on or wake up the screen, tap once on the keyboard or click on the mouse. I have to tap again until I get to the screen to enter the passcode. I type in then my passcode and now it's connected. And as we all know, the iPad is simply mirrored to the monitor. Now, see here, when I peek inside the case, and here I will turn the brightness up to the maximum so we can see it. And you can see the iPad screen is on. So the screen doesn't totally turn off even when the cover is closed. What I do then is I turn the brightness to the lowest. And this obviously won't impact the display on the external monitor. The black bars on the screen are still there, and I know everyone's waiting, hoping that the new iPad Pro M1 will have this feature that's compatible to use the whole external monitor, but no, we're not quite there yet. Still waiting. All the functions that I do when I use the iPad as a standalone device, I can do it when using an external monitor. Multitasking is incomparable and not at all like the experience I get in Shiftscreen. I can open apps side by side, and then I can easily drag and drop items to, let's say, my OneNote. Whether it's a link, photo, or text, it all worked fine. Here's a sample where I drag a YouTube thumbnail and it will paste the photo immediately in OneNote. Another cool thing in OneNote, I can paste a YouTube link and it will embed the video in my notes. I can even play the video within this note. If Shiftscreen work even in just the dragging, copying, pasting in different windows, I think I'll be able to continue using it. So let's see what update it has on the works. And here I can also still use the slide over screens to increase my multitasking game. I can also use the picture-in-picture mode to play videos in addition to my split screens and the slide over screen. So again, multitasking is just a breeze to use. It's hassle-free. And one last thing I saw while doing these tests. When I watch YouTube via the browser or on desktop mode in Safari, it plays as normal, meaning with the black bars on the sides. But when I do this in Chrome, it seems it is playing it in full screen, and I mean full screen. Interesting, huh? So hope this video helps. If you have questions, let me know in the comment section down below. The questions with the most likes, I will do my best to do research about it and make a future video. And so that's it. Thanks for watching.